Hello there everyone and welcome back to another episode of Coaster of the Week. Hope you're all having a really good week so far. Hope you enjoyed last week's episode, and this week we are in episode 9, which is absolutely amazing because I just want to say a big thanks to each and every one of you for watching Coaster of the Week so far. And next week we're going to be in episode 10, and that is absolutely amazing because I can't believe it's nearly been 10 weeks since I last did when I first actually did Coaster of the Week for the very first time this year. And I just want to say a big thanks to each and every one of you out there for your support, for watching the series, watching all of my different coasters, watching all the episodes, and including the separate POV videos that I do on the channel as well. So without further ado, let's get straight into this week's episode of Coaster of the Week. So the first coaster I'm going to be talking to you about this evening is a coaster called Crazy Slippers. Now this coaster is themed around a slipper. It's a slipper themed coaster car that makes its way around track, and yeah, it is actually quite crazy, this coaster is. So I'm just going to upload the thrill data, and then we are going to talk a bit more about this coaster, and then I'm then going to do a on-ride POV video for you people out there. So let's have a look at the thrill data first. The max speed is 70.42 miles per hour, so this coaster does go quite fast in this one. The average is 40.74 miles per hour. The time it takes, only 41 seconds. It's not a long time, so it's quite quick, this coaster is. So I do have a lot to talk about what I've actually used in this coaster and that. There's 9 drops on this ride. There's no inversions used, such as leaps, because I've actually used some pieces in this one, which you'll see in a few minutes. So yeah, the thrill rating 87 out of 100, which is really good. Nausea rating, not so good, 100 out of 100. So this coaster, it features a giant crane at the start, so the coaster makes its way up the lift hill. A crane will then will swing it back and forth, and then the coaster car will make its way into helix drops. It will then go down a few drops, and it will make its way into a fire alley, a fire hoop alley, and then it will make its way towards the station. So it's basically a quick little coaster I'm going to be showing you. I hope you enjoy it. And yeah, let's get this roller coaster started. So there you go, that was the first POV of Coaster of the Week, and that was the first coaster that I actually did. What I really liked about this coaster was the way that it went through those fire hoops. I really enjoyed it. I liked the alley that I did. I liked the helix drops at the start to speed the coaster up a bit. And yeah, it's just like, it's only a little mini coaster. I like the crane element I added at the beginning to swing the coaster car back and forth, which makes it a little bit scary because you don't know what's going to happen if it's either going to roll back or go into the next section of the track. So yeah, that is the end of part 1. So without further ado, let's move on to part 2. So yeah, it's time for the last part of the episode, and I'm going to be talking to you about the next coaster. It's not the final part, sorry. I mean, it's the second part. Sorry, it's when I actually talk about the next coaster. So time for part 2, and it's time for the next coaster. So this one is called Creepy Loops. Now this coaster looks really, really good because it actually goes around a few crazy elements. You have like some sort of zigzag lift hill at the start. You don't know when the coaster is going to go down the drop. It has a zigzag lift hill, and it will make its way through corkscrews and leaps during the ride. And yeah, it's just like, just like a Luporama style coaster. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this one. So first of all, let's go through the thrill data first. So the max speed for this coaster is 58.38 miles per hour. The average speed is 33.81 miles per hour. The time it takes is 1 minute and 13, so it's a little bit longer than the previous coaster. There's 16 drops on this ride, 4 inversions. This is like the loops and the corkscrews I keep talking to you about. The thrill rating, 100 out of 100. The nausea rating is actually 3% less. It's actually 97 out of 100. So yeah, it's actually 3% nauseous. So yeah, this coaster is actually a little bit better than the last one. So without further ado, let's get on to the second POV of the night. So there you go, that was the second roller coaster done. I really liked the way it had the loops and the corkscrews in the middle of the ride to make the coaster high thrilling and less nauseous and that. And I really liked the way that I used the zigzag style lift hill at the beginning of the ride to make it a little bit scary, a little bit fun and exciting before it actually goes down the drops. So yeah, what I'm going to do now is going to do a quick reflection, and then that'll be the end of this week's exciting episode. And I'll talk to you a bit more about what's going to be happening next week in a few minutes. So let's have a look at the 2 coasters. So the first one I did was Crazy Slippers, sorry, that's it, not Creepy Loops, that's the one I just did. Crazy Slipper, that was quite a good coaster, a bit too nauseous for me, a bit too fast. I should actually not have used that crane element because it actually did make the coaster go a little bit too fast. However, I did like the fire hoop alley that I've actually added up near the end of the ride to make it a bit thrilling and exciting. And then the coaster that I just did now, Creepy Loops, I thought I actually did a really good ride. I think I liked the loops and the corkscrews I actually added at the end. And you know, this coaster, the one I just did, Creepy Loops, I declare it as the winner of this week's Coaster of the Week episode. So there you go, that's the end of this episode. But however, I've just got a quick announcement to make. Now, next week we are in episode 10, and can I just say, I might be doing some new changes to the title sequence and, you know, the coasters and that, so I'll be adding like a new title sequence, just, you know, just to mix things up a bit. But also, next week it's going to be a double bill of the series, so it's going to be 2 episodes in one. So I'm not going to be talking about 2 coasters, I'm going to be talking to you about 4 coasters in one episode, because this is actually going to be a bumper episode of Coaster of the Week. It's going to be really, really big. It's going to be quite a long episode, 4 coasters to talk about, and you know, as we reach episode 10, things are going to start to get even better as well. So yeah, so thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to deliver a double bill of Coaster of the Week next week. So there you go then, that's the end of this week's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you all have a really good weekend. We're in April now, and please stay tuned for more videos coming here on the Branthwaite Productions YouTube channel in the next few weeks. So thank you very much for watching Coaster of the Week. I'll see you in another video here on the Branthwaite Productions YouTube channel very soon. So yeah, see you later everyone, bye for now.